digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
There we go. Yes, guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to the player ratings. As yesterday, we tried to make sense of the defeat to Nottingham Forest, a game where we had to win, a game where it was vital that we got 3 points. We did all we could. We turned up before the game to welcome the team in. 10 to 15,000 fans there singing their hearts out, supporting, pumped up for the game. It was a carnival atmosphere. I saw all the blogs from the game. Everyone before the game was looking forward to it, getting there early. And then what did we do? What do the players do? Not turn up. And look, we can moan and groan about it. And we do know that the players are not good enough. We do know that it does fall down to the players at the end of the day. And also, it should be falling down in this ownership. And I'm still going on record that I agree what Change for Tottenham and all the supporters group did was right. Get behind the team, get behind the players, show unity yesterday as one. Together, all of us together. Well, we weren't all together yesterday, were we? And look, I've got a lot to say in it. I think I'm doing the stream tonight at 8 or tomorrow night. I'm not sure. It is up for tonight. I may move it back to tomorrow night because I've got an awful lot to say in the matter. I've got an awful lot to say how I feel, what I feel about this team, what I feel about this club, where I am as a Spurs fan, and where the next game comes from. The Sunderland away game is vital now. We know by the time we play Sunderland away on the 12th of April that we could be in the bottom three. West Ham could beat Wolves and we could be in the bottom three. And I'm the most optimistic Tottenham fan. You know, I am. People call me delusional. I'm optimistic, and I'll always will be optimistic. Nobody's ever going to make me change how I support this football club. And everyone's entitled to their opinions. Everyone's entitled to how they feel. And I feel as a fan, this is me personally, as a fan, I feel broken. I feel disconnected, and I feel I don't recognise this football club anymore. That's why I said yesterday the club's dead. It died yesterday. And I think we're sleepwalking into relegation where we had no right to sleepwalk into relegation. We should not be sleepwalking into the way we're going. And we can blame the manager all we want. We can blame Tudor for making mistakes. It's he picks the team. So we don't have a choice in what he does. We can criticize and we can sort of, argue the points that we think this player should start, that player should start. They should play this system, we should play that system. We should play whatever, A, B, and C. But it's the players that go on the pitch. Once they cross that white line, nobody else should be held responsible bar them 11 players on that pitch. And then players on that pitch, and this goes for the whole squad. This goes for and look, I am going to leave James Maddison out because he's been injured for the season. I'm going to leave probably him out and him and Kulu out because they've been out for the season. And that's who should hold the blame yesterday. The players. The players have to take whole responsibility for yesterday. It was a pathetic. It's no, Rhino. You can. That's what's the point of holding the board responsible? What they're not under. Look, you hold the board responsible for what they've done, but on the pitch, you hold the players responsible. Now, I watched the game again today, and I had to watch it from a non-Tottenham point of view. So these ratings that I give every week are from a neutral's point of view. How I feel. If I was a neutral, how I feel. If I was rating this team on the emotions of yesterday, they would have all got a 1 and a 0. But that's not the way I have to do it. Doing these ratings, I have to do them from a neutral point of view. I have to look at the game and look at the players individually, how they performed on the day. Now, if I'm doing it with my Tottenham hat on, they were all shite yesterday. They were crap. No, not a budge of anything out of them. But doing it from a neutral point of view, and I get people coming in these chats and these player ratings that don't agree with the ratings and given. Well, I'm telling you now, these are from a neutral point of view. So you do have to take yourself out of it. You can't let emotion guide you on these ratings because if you do, everyone would be um you'd be giving everyone minus ones. But look, we're gonna get into it anyway. We'll get into it, welcome a few people in, and then I'm not sure tonight or tomorrow night. I'm gonna speak about how I feel and how I feel Spurs are broken. But I think I'll leave that. I don't know tonight or tomorrow night. Just watch the notification bells. It is up for tonight. I may move it back 24 hours because I may want to do something enjoying. I may want to do a bit of game streaming on my gaming channel tonight just to take myself out of Tottenham. So do watch your notifications bell for both. Big up to Swoops. He says, when I seen the team sheet, I stopped watching. I got sucked in the second half when I was worried about came true. Poro. I agree. The team was shit yesterday. Big up Rhino. Big up Dermo. That was pathetic. I don't believe what Change for Tottenham have to say. I feel Rhino, I totally disagree, man. They have not lied to you. They were honest that they wanted to to put out information about wanting to get behind the team. And it was the right decision. It was the right decision. We're facing relegation. All of us have to come together. I kept saying it over the weekend. I kept saying it up to the game yesterday. We've all got to park how we feel about the board, how we feel about Vinay, how we feel about them all. All our energies and all our concentration should go on the back in this team. And I'm telling you now, it's the same thing I'm going to say for the Sunderland game. We need to get behind this team. Even though we're angry with them, I don't think we're angry. Somebody put it yesterday. I don't know who said it. I don't know if it was Danny Murphy or somebody else said it, that we're disappointed. And I agree with that. We're disappointed. But no, I totally agree with Change for Tottenham what they did. We had Billy on here on Saturday. He gave his good reasons why, and he gave what was coming up in the future, and I think it was the right thing to do. Now, moving forward, what do we do? I think we can still stay up. I think there's still enough games. If we do West Ham don't beat Wolves, then and we beat Sunderland or get a point, then we're sort of away from it. I think there's 4 teams fighting for the last spot to go down. West Ham, us, Forest, and Leeds. So it's not like we're adrift at the bottom and there's no way for staying up. I think we can stay up. I think we will by the skin of our teeth. We'll either stay up by a point, or as Colin said yesterday, we'll stay up by a point or go down by a point. But I fully back Change for Tottenham what they did yesterday. Fully understand why they did it, fully respect it, fully back it. And I think it was the right thing to do. I do. And I think if it does become to the end of the season that we're safe and that there's no, if we mathematically we can't go down, then if it gets to the Everton game and we're not going down, then protest on the last game of the season. I agree. And then during the summer, he explained they're doing advertising. They are doing a lot more other than trying to people turn up for protests. So I understand your frustrations, Ryan, but I don't believe they lie to you. And I will back Billy up in this. They've come out a long time. They came out a couple of weeks ago, a week and a half ago on X to explain why they did. They came on Saturday. He came on Saturday to explain the reasons why, and I fully back it 100%. But big up though. I understand why you feel like that, but I think you've got to look at the information that's given out to, and I think if you read it, Ryan, and if you read it, Ryan, and you understand, if you read it, and I'm sure you'll understand why they did what they did. Big up to Sweeps. It says Tudor listed the last 12 games. He's carried 18 games. He's not won domestically. Dropping Shabby was shocking yesterday. And then Van der Van, for tactical reasons, was a head scratcher. I hold the board responsible for this clown show. Everyone has to take responsibility, Rhino. You can't just blame one person. One person cannot take the whole cake. The cake has to be separated into the ownership, into Johan Lang, into the players, into the managers, Thomas Frank, and now Tudor, who I know is going through a personal bereavement. So all our thoughts on a human level, all our thoughts and prayers with him at this side time. On the footballing level, he should be sacked, and he should be sacked today. Big up to FSANC. I rate them all 0. Look, if I was doing this if I was rating them from an emotional point of view, I would agree with you. All get 0, but I can't. Which makes it fun for you in the chat because you'll slag me off. Big up to Kate and Jimbo. Big up to you guys. Hope you're doing well. Afternoon, Dermot. After you, Kate. Oh, Jimbo, big up to you. Hope you're doing well. There's new talk of another manager with 0 experience in Premier League coming in for Tudor. I don't know what's happening yet. I know the latest I had was what was the latest I got? I'm looking for the WhatsApp. I did send that. I think, yeah. Here we go. Right. This is the latest I got late last night, and it was full-time situation escape Tottenham 3-0. Defeat to Nottingham Forest is being viewed eternally as breaking point. Sources indicate club are now seriously considering immediate action with emergency discussions expected in the next 24 to 48 hours. The defeat and what was effectively a relegation 6-pointer has intensified fears of the club's trajectory. The board have hoped to avoid another managerial change this season, and that position is now under significant pressure. Contingency plans are active, and potential replacements are already being identified. So the PowerPoints to this is Tudor remains in charge of now, but his position is now considered critical. Next move could come quickly if the situation doesn't stabilize. Current state is sack risk extreme. So if you're looking at it from I don't know, like a Donald Trump nuclear 0 to 5, we're at DEFCON 5. We're at we're at the highest point where something will happen. So I do feel that is going to happen. I feel it happen in the next couple of days. I think they may come out what Tudors decide to leave by mutual consent or something like that, there will be change. And I look, for me personally, I think they got to bring in Harry Redknapp. That's not my choice. I would bring in Tim Sherwood, and I would bring in Tim Sherwood. I would bring in Les Ferdinand. I would bring in a group of Tottenham players in. And I tell you one person I would bring in, and I'm having there for a motivational point of view, is Steve Perryman. I would bring him in for the motivational point of view to get into that dressing room as a former Spurs captain, that won trophies, was captain when he took us down, but he took us back up, won FA Cups, won European trophies, won League Cups. I would get him in that dressing room between now and the end of the season and do the pre-match talk. Big up Rhino said, Doma, don't take this the wrong way, but I feel I have to hold the board responsible. But I agree, that's your opinion. Fair enough. I'm not telling you can't have an opinion. Dermo, I can't change how I feel, Bob, but I can't change for Tottenham, and I can't back them anymore. But that's how it will look, mate. You need to look at the whole. You need to take everything they said and sit down and do the pros and cons of it. You sometimes I'm guilty of it myself, that I led by how I feel. I'm led by the heart. I'm led by my emotions. I'm not logical, where tequila's logical. I don't believe I'm saying this, but tequila's robbing off for me now for being logical. And Mrs. John's robbing off for me being logical. I am not a logical person. Believe me, I am not a logical person. I lead by my emotions. I am what you would call what's the word I'm looking for? Impulsive. I'm trying to look at Mrs. John. Is that the right word, impulsive? Yeah, I've got an impulsive personality. I do things now, and the hell with the consequences, and deal with it later. And that's down to my autism. That's down to my ADHD. That's, as I said, I'm wired up the wrong way, baby. Um, but that's just me. But Mrs. Tron keeps telling me, be logical, look at the situation, take a step back. Tequila does it when he comes on with the football talk. I always call him the Spock. Or if this was Star Trek Enterprise, right? He'd be Spock. I'd be like Captain Kirk, going into the fight, jumping in, throwing the first punch. He'd be like Spock, sitting there and being the logical one out of this. So I think, and I understand your frustrations with change for Tottenham. I think Ryan, just look at all the informations around, try to take emotion out of it, look at it from a non-emotional point of view, and write down pros and cons, and come to your decision that way. And if you still come up to the same decision, then you still come up to the same decisions. But it's easy to be led by emotion to make a decision that 6 months down the line, you think, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Believe me, I've done that plenty of times in my life, that I've done impulsive stuff and I'm thinking, shouldn't have done that. So look, it's who we are. Everyone's made up different. Every human being in this planet is different from the next human being on this planet. But one thing I've learned as I'm getting older, and I'm 50 next year, and I'm still learning, and I'm still evolving, I'm still changing as a person, I'm still changing as a man, I'm still changing as a human being, that sometimes it's good to take a step back and have a look from the outside in, instead of looking at it from an emotional point of view. Take a step back and think, right, okay, they've said this, they were going to do this, but why have they done this? So that's my advice to you, Ryan. You don't have to take it, Ryan. You don't have to take my advice. You don't have to. You can ignore me completely and say, no, talking a load of bullshit. I'm going to do what I want to do. But I think that's what I've had to do over the last little while. I think that's what I've had to do. And maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe you'll be proven right at the end of the day, Rhino. Who knows? But I understand what you're saying. But yeah, I hope, please don't take offense for what I've said to you. I'm just trying to be a little bit more logical about it. Me, logical does not go together. It really doesn't. Big up. Change for Tottenham have sold their souls to in. I don't think they have. I think their main thing was to get behind the team yesterday. But I understand people's frustrations. I do. And I think there should be some sorts of protests between now and the end of the season. But I think something will be done. 1 out of 10 for all of them. Spock's in. He keeps 1 out of 10 for the club. I agree for the club. Including all players, manager stuff, other than Doris, who gets 10 because she brews me. She does make a major cup of coffee, cappuccino. I have to say, she rarely does. The kid's not going to like my play ratings. he's gonna go. He's gonna look at them and saying, "Dermot's lost the plot." Amazing. We don't have a plan. It is amazing. Just some joke. It is. It really is. But I guess they've gave Eager a few days, then put on the mutual agreement to separate. I think so. I think that's what they've done. Uh, on a human level, I feel for Tudor. I know what's going through. I rest in peace, Tudor's death. We don't know if it was or not, Rhino. I don't know if that's been confirmed. Um, I don't know if that's been confirmed or not. I know there was a lot of rumors. I don't know if somebody can tell me it's been confirmed or not. I don't know. Thought my thoughts are with you at this time. Yeah, I think on the human level, I think you're right in that. It's just who we are, mate. Yeah, just who we are. And then I have Bud. All right, fair enough. I can't change my feeling, change nothing against them as people, but I just can't trust. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh, it has been confirmed. Okay, then it was his father then. Right. Because I know there was a lot of rumors yesterday and I didn't want to say something and it wasn't correct. That's why I went down the route I went down, but it has been confirmed. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Right. I'm gonna get rollets for this. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. Now, I did write down notes, so just give me a few minutes to remind myself on why I did the ratings I did. So give us a few minutes here. Oh, diddly do to give me a few minutes. I just need to get them up. As I said, I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow night. I'm doing something. It may be. No, no, that's not what I wanted. Not that one. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Right. Okay. So here is the lineup. That's the lineup for yesterday. And here we go. Right. Okay. So so I am going to cover the chat up for a while, so I won't be able to see the chat. So please, I'm not ignoring you. I've just got my notes here on the other side, so it doesn't look like I'm looking away. Right. So let me get to. Would you go away? Thank you. Right, here we go. Just very quickly, anyone dropped in? Oh, big up to you, Wayne. Good afternoon, on folk. Hope as well. Big up to you. It's been confirmed as Spurs. It was his dad. Okay, then fair enough. And big up to you, Wayne. And big up to Just Joe. Right, here we go then. These are the playing rent ratings then. Right, so we're going to start with a Vicario. And Vicario, I've given a 4. Now, I would have given them less. Hang on, why is that? Hang on. You can only see Vicario's head. That's not what you want to see. Okay, okay, okay. Poor old Vicario. All right, Vicario, your head's chopped off, babe, but just bear with him. He's fine. Right, he did play through pain. He is going for a hernia operation, so he's getting a 4 for me. He was at fault for the second goal. But I don't think he could have done anything with the first one, and I don't think he could have done anything with the third one. I don't blame him. There's other people I do blame for that. The second one I do blame for him. But he did make some saves yesterday. He made one fantastic save that he pushed over the bar, and he has been playing with a hernia. So maybe that is why he hasn't been great. So I give him a 4. But couldn't do much about the first or the second goal, in my opinion. Right. I am now going to Danso. Danso for me, do you know what? He started good. He started well. He did deny Igor Jesus right behind from Spurs 6-yard box, but other than a few throw-ins, that's all he did. So I really couldn't give him any more. And he was beaten for Forest's third goal. But I mean, you could have picked a number of 5 or 6 plays for the third goal. I mean, it's such pathetic defending. Next, I'm going for Captain Plastic. He gets a tree. 3 for once. I would have given him less than that, but I had to be. He did do some good things in the game. The biggest beef I have for him, was he fouled for the penalty? I think he dived. I think he made more of it, and that's why the penalty wasn't given. Um, he did try to make things happen. He did look frustrated a lot of the times with the players that were around him. But for me, what got me, what got him a 3 was the way that when he got fouled or got the ball picked from him, he walked back. He didn't do anything. He just walked back. He's supposed to be the captain. He's supposed to lead by example. And he didn't lead by example. He led by his own selfish ambitions of Argentina means more to me than Tottenham does. And that's what he gets the tree for me. So that's for me. Mickey van der Ven, he also gets a where's Mickey? Where have I put Mickey here? Oh, I've lost Mickey's. I've lost Mickey's. Why have I lost Mickey's? Mickey's. Yeah, I have lost Mickey's. I've lost Mickey's. I gave him a 3 anyway. I gave Mickey a 3. I didn't think he did anything yesterday, to be fair. He looked very isolated on the left, as a left back, left wing back. Didn't offer anything. Yeah, and was taken off for half time for tactical reasons, apparently. He also collided with the advertising board after one run into the Forest box, but didn't do anything. Porro for me gets a 3 as well. Oh, sorry. I tell you who I have forgotten. This is all going wrong. Why am I not going? Okay. I tell you what I am going to do. I tell you what I am going to do. I had this all sorted out earlier, and I've lost them all. This is what happens. I don't know what happened, but I've lost all the player ratings. So all my work just gone for all my all my pay ratings just went. Oh Lord. Right. I will go through them. I did give Vicario, let me get the team up again. I will give them my pay ratings anyway. I tried to do it. Oh, you don't want that. Basically, all got 3s and 4s. I don't think nobody got more than that, to be fair. It's just just really annoyed things like that happen. I had it all done. I thought Tell played well yesterday, to be fair. But yeah, the rest of them got 3s and 4s. No fight, nothing. No absolute anything. You've just seen me have a technical nightmare. I want to see. Look, I'm going to put myself on here. I want to see, can I get them back? I don't know if I can or not. No, no, it doesn't. It doesn't look like I can get them back for some reason. No, they're all gone. It all vanished. I pressed the wrong button and they just went. So, yeah, player ratings has turned. Player ratings just turned into a Tottenham performance. They've all ran and hid. They've all disappeared. I tell you, the one player who impressed me yesterday was Gray. Gray was the one player that really impressed me yesterday. I thought he did do well. But look, guys, that's the player ratings. Yeah, I technical difficulties. I'm still learning how to use OBS properly. I'm still trying to learn how to not. I still will make these mistakes. Look, before the start of next season, I will be well earned it. I will be well drilled in how to using it and um how to use them and how to not make things like happen today. I do apologize. I just pressed the wrong button and I deleted all of it. But yeah, it took me a good couple of hours to get all that done, and I'm just really annoyed at myself that it's done it. I I am just really annoyed. Big up to Dermot. Now we have a problem. Greets from Sonny Hamburg. We do have a problem. We really are. Big up to Wayne. Said Tell had another good game, full of energy and fight, but damn, he can't shoot for crap. Gray was exceptional again. Continues to step up and shows what he has to his game. He does. And look, he should have played Xavi from the start. He should have played Paluni yesterday in that midfield as well. But I did give, to be honest, I did give I actually did give Gray and did give Gray 6 actually yesterday. I think he was my highest mark for how well he done. I did give Sarah 5. They were the only 2 I gave any decent scores to. All the rest of them got 3s and 4s. But yeah, that it's just I'm annoyed at myself now. That's happened. I'm really annoyed. That's generous, Dermo, but I respect your opinion. Well, I'm doing it. As I said before, Ryan, when I do these ratings, I have to do them from a neutral point of view. I can't be led by how I feel being a Tottenham fan, because if that's the case, everyone would have got a 1 and a 0. And that's not. You have to be, when I'm doing these, you have to be professional and you have to be sort of neutral about it. Sing along, pray was ridiculous. Don't agree. Too many wine and cheese fans will act like that. Right. I agree what happened yesterday. So you can say what you want about me. I don't care. I agreed what they did yesterday. It was all about getting behind the players, getting behind the team, getting behind, showing them that we're ready to support them no matter what. Yesterday was a 6-pointer. Are you one of these fans? I'm asking you a question, we are Spurs TV. I'm asking you a question. Do you want us getting relegated, yes or no? I would love to know your answer. Because I do not want my team getting relegated. And I think every fan that turned up yesterday before the game and stood on the high road, saw that coach. I watched the blogs of the team supporting them. It wasn't a parade. It wasn't a party. It was about getting behind the team, getting behind the players, and showing them we're ready to support them 100% in the battles that are coming up. I kept saying yesterday, this is an 8-game season, and we've got to get 2 wins out of an 8-game season to stay up. And it was all about showing the players we cares. We cares. And yesterday, it shows the fans do care. And we've been behind. Well, not really, Rhino. We're not been. Some of them haven't been behind them all season. Do you know? I'm disappointed by what I'm seeing. But look, I've been a fan for 43 years, so what do I know? I've seen this. I've seen this in 93, 94. I've been around when Nelly went out of business. There's a lot of you in the chat don't even remember that. Maybe some of you do. I know Rain does. I don't know. I think Carl does as well. That remembers us nearly going to the wall. I remember being a young kid watching us going to Oldham, needing a victory to stay in the Premier League. I've seen different ownerships, 3 different ownerships, in my lifetime at Tottenham. And I look, give me Alan Sugar any day of the week. Rhino, I've known Ivan Scholar as an owner, I've known Alan Sugar as an owner, and I've known Enoch as an owner. So I've known 3 ownerships. There's fans like you that have only known it, that have only known Enoch. And I feel sorry for you fans if you've just known Enoch. I mean, and I can understand this is like the worst time to be a Spurs fan, and it is. And being around when we nearly went out of business was horrible. It was, did I have a football club to support in the morning? And then we're going to 93, 94, going to Oldham. That was horrible. Needing the victory at either Oldham or QPR to stay up. And I never thought we'd be back here again in 2025, 26. I never thought them dark days would return. I thought when we moved in and we've moved on from that, and we've moved on from the days where we we were a laughing stock where we nearly went out of business, and when the bank nearly foreclosed the club completely because we were in, at that time, I think £20 million debt, which was a hell of a lot of money back in them days. It's nothing now, but back in them days, that was like being 100, 200 million in debt or 300 million in debt or whatever. So I never thought I would see them days again. I cannot believe I'm seeing these days again. It really is. It's unforgivable. It was the Retros fans who tell people in the South Stand not to stand up or swear. Well, you have to respect. If you're in a family area, then I think you have to respect who's around you. But maybe that's me. All zeros for me. I don't have to be professional. Don't have a YouTube channel. That's all I'll do for you. Cheers, Carl. Yeah, I did have them all up, but technical area, I deleted all of them. Just shows that they probably ran away. We've been behind them all season, Domo. They give nothing back. I don't want us to get relegated I don't want to get relegated either. But we are going that way. And I think we've got to come to some sort of realization we're rarely in a relegation fight. Like you, no, I've known more owners than just Enoch. So I feel sorry for you fans that have only just known Enoch. The fans did all they could, and this team choked as per usual. Been a disgrace for years. Agree with this, Carl, 100%. Apart from one lock and go in the final, we've been left to rot, and we're paying for it. We are paying for it. Absolutely. Um, those dark clouds were looming over Tottenham. Yeah, those were dark clouds, and the dark days are awaiting horizon. Absolutely agree. I might have been born when Sugar was in charge, but I don't remember them. That's why I only know Enoch. That's probably why I hate Enoch so much. A lot of people only know Enoch, really do. Um, we move on, but the owners wanted to work on the budget. That was never going to keep up the amount of good offers on is yeah, that's another thing we can talk about. And a man like Dan, so big up, brother. Hope all is well. Sad times for the club, really is. It is. This is a World Cup summer, and players don't want to sign during it. It would be normal to sign one Prem proof and playing a bunch of punts. If we don't go down this year's, will be next. Yeah, big up. You're not getting anything from the season, not unless these owners leave now. These owners ain't going to leave now unless the people play the money for them for the club that they want. Simple as that. Simple as that. They don't give a shit. They don't care. Unless they get there, whatever they want. Unless they get what they want, they ain't moving. And I agree with you. I agree. We're getting nothing from any season while these owners are in charge. I totally agree with that. But there's nothing we can do until they do. Until somebody says, "Here's the amount of money that you want to make you move," and maybe not going down. And it's been said to me, maybe not going down. Maybe make them want to sell. But I don't know. I mean, there's people saying we'll get relegated. Enoch sell. Enoch will not sell if we get relegated. Yeah, I know what you meant, bud. I know what you meant. Big up to you. Carl said if you avoid relegation, it'd be a miracle. Yeah, it will be. I was on the West Ham channel last night, and they're as doomed as we are. They're saying this. They're saying things. They reckon that we might survive, and they're going down. I'm telling them, well, you might survive, and we're going down. It's quite funny. Well, we should not care about. Well, we do. We have to because they're the ones that we have to get out of the football club. But there's owners. Look at Man United. They've been trying for years to get the Glazers out, and they're still not moved. So I do feel. Look, from a change for Tottenham point of view, I think once the season's done, I know the sort of plans they got going on. Billy was telling us on Saturday. But I think there is bigger things down the pipeline as far as I know. I think we'll avoid it this year. Do you mean we're going to go down on the 50th anniversary of us going down 50 years ago? Please no. Zach Tudor as well, says Carl. Feel really sorry for him, but this is cutthroat. I agree. Totally agree with that. totally agree. And I think, yeah, we all feel sorry for Tudor, but lost, but he has to go. And no time for. I agree with that. No time for sentimental. I totally agree with that 100%. Enid does not need to sell if we're Enid don't need to sell. If we're a national league, as the stadium will still bring the money in with events. Exactly. Exactly. Big up to John Lee. Big up to you, bud. Our problem is this from fans, this from Sonny getting old last year before winning the Europa Trophy. We all know leaving our club, not replacing Sonny type of player. We didn't replace Harry Kane and we didn't replace Sonny. And I think they're the two. Once you don't replace mega players like that, then you are in a downward spiral. And we've spent a lot of money, but we spent it badly. And we haven't had the right people in the right positions to do the jobs correctly. And these players that have come in they have not performed. But on the other argument of that, if you sack a manager under every 2 years or every 18 months, what consistency are you bringing? These players are going from one system to another system to another system to another style of playing to another style of playing. Then we bring players in for that manager, and then we bring players in for that manager. So you've got a squad made up with 4 different managers' philosophies. And none of these players fit in the philosophy of the current manager. And the board won't spend the money. We're no good at selling players, and we're hell no good at buying players. So there we go. Dermo, what players do you think will push for the transfer if we avoid relegation? I look at this present time, I don't know. And that's the God honest truth. I do not know we are Spurs TV. I really don't. I don't know what the plan is. I think we need look. I, if I'm being honest, I think the likes of Romero may go. I think that'd be a good thing. Um, I think we need players that will play, that will give 100% every game and won't give up. I think this squad needs dismantling, and it needs dismantling absolutely immediately. But the problem is, it's not going to be a quick fix. It's going to be a probably 3-year rebuilding process because whoever we bring in, we just can't keep him here for 18 months. He's got to be here for the next 5 years. It's got to be a 5-year project. And none of us want to hear another rebuild. None of us want to hear another project. We don't want to hear this. But I feel this has gone too far. This squad's gone too far that it needs another rebuild. It needs a manager to come on for a 5-year project and leave them to it. So playing with money. Look, if you have to go and spend near enough $1 billion on a new squad, go and spend that, or go and spend 500 million on a new squad. So you spend 200 million in the summer. You spend so much in January. Then you go and spend another 200 million in the next summer. And then you spend so much in January. So you're at your 500 million. You've got a squad. Then what you do is you buy your main players, and then you add to the squad with capable players that are going to come in and do the job. So if you got Kudus out, you know you've got a right winger to come in and do his job. If you know Xavi's going to be injured, you know a James Madison's going to come in and do the job. If you know you've got a left winger, we need to buy a proper left winger. We need to buy a proper striker. I'm sorry, Dan Solanke and Richarlison have to go. They have to go in the summer. And we need to replace him with a striker that's going to score you 15, 20 goals a season. We had that under Harry Kane. Can we find another Harry Kane? Probably not. But I think there's enough talent out there in that position to know, well, come in and do the job. And also, why are we buying European players? Why can we not buy ready-made Premier League players that know the league, that know what the Premier League's about? You're buying a European player. You're taking a punt on that player adjusting to the Premier League. And that's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem. We don't buy. I will rename this show. It's not a player rating show because just anyone walking where the player ratings are. I had them up. I was going through them and I deleted all of them. The players ran away as I was doing the player rating. So Yeah, just for an update, they all got three. Most of them got 3s and 4s, apart from Gray, who got 6, who was my thought the better player. The only player that showed anything yesterday, and the rest of them were low shit. So yeah, I will rename this and I will do a new thumbnail. I do apologize. But yeah, that's my thought on it. That's my thought. And look, it's going to be a 5-year rebuild. It's going to be a 5-year project. But we have to back him for them 5 years, and we have to say that right. 500 million. We've got 200 million for this summer, 200 million for the next summer. So you look at 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking at 4 to 5 transfer windows. So you're looking at 600 million. Then say 600 million, 200 million for each summer transfer window, and then probably whatever you need to. Then when you bring sales in, use the money from the sales of certain players for the January window if you need to top up or you need to horizon your squad a bit. Let's go back in. The plan in that we don't have a plan yet. Exactly, Bob. Where are we down? Big up to Carl. Ironically, if we went down, our players out on loan would be amazing. But yeah, it would because they're used to playing in that. Exactly, Ryan. Big up. We're supposed to. Big up, Hammers TV. Afternoon, Dermot. Thanks for yesterday. No, I really enjoyed it, bud. I will be on after our next game. To either come in to you celebrate. We can hold another wake. That's what it felt like yesterday. It felt like a wake. Even the poor Arsenal fan was angry. Even the Chelsea fan was angry that came on. I mean, nobody was happy. Nobody was happy whatsoever. Right. Right. Okay. Big ol' on the chat. Man United spent 300 million just on attackers this summer. I agree with you that you said about a 5-year plan of money. Yeah, I think that's the other way we're going to do it. Yes, all good, buddy. I was starting to believe Burnley or Wolves will get out of this. We will both go down. No, I think Burnley are already down. Burnley, I think Wolves are already down. Burnley will go down, and then it's between us and West Ham. I was very sick of Ange's system. Finished 17 last year. I wonder, Ange stayed. Do we still talk about relegate? I don't think we would, but look, I look. It's very. I don't think we would have done. I think we would have probably. I think we would have, with the players that we did bring in, I think Ange would have used them properly. I do feel we would have had another roller coaster season, but I feel we would have built on what we did for the Europa League. Yeah. Who knows? I feel like Spurs way only works if you're world class attackers like Bailey. Yeah, exactly. Keeps talking to Cardiff. No, he's not yet, as far as I know, Eamon. Not I haven't heard anything, but if it does happen, I will let you know. Stop buying the crappy players will help kick Vinay and Lang. Yeah, I quite happily kick them down the high road. I can't believe he's still in charge. Well, I think with his father passing away, I think Tottenham have to do this right, I think. I'll be wearing black for the next one then, Dermot. Yeah, we will be. Yeah. Just make sure there's enough drink. I'll bring the drink and the pot sheen, and you bring the food, and we'll have a good old Irish wake. Big up to you. They won't pay them the wages, Dermot. That is our problem. That is our problem. Let's put it this way. I'm too sad to even banter. I get it. I think if we had Hanch here again, we would already be down. I don't think so. But look, who knows? Hindsight's a great thing. I think Thomas Frank would have had more points now. Well, I don't know. Tudor will leave by mutual. I reckon he will leave by mutual consent. That's what I'm waiting. But I'm just waiting on an update. There is no update. If I do get one, I will give it to you first and fastest, as we always do. But guys, that is it. Now, as I said, I was going to do a show at 8 tonight. I'm not sure I will, or if I push it to tomorrow night. The time of the show is Spurs are broken. So I don't know. I don't know. I may push it back to tomorrow. I may do a bit of gaming on the gaming channel tonight just for a bit of a laugh. Yeah, just let me know where you go. And I do apologize about the player ratings. Yeah. I might just leave it as it is, it just really proves where we are as a club. That even the Tottenham channel Can't get everything. Even the players run away from me. Right, on that bombshell. Oh dear. I tell you one thing, all you can do is laugh, innit? All you can do is laugh. Lord God. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy. Oh Lord have mercy, man. Right, on that bombshell. A player ratings choke quicker than I say corner. They did. Oh Lord. Right. You just laugh. That's all you can do. Right, on that bombshell. I shall see you later. Okay. Bye bye.